So I made you a co-host.
Okay, great.
Should be good to go. So welcome everyone. We are going to look at how to navigate the SIA website. If you're like me, you know stuff's there and sometimes you can find it and sometimes you can't. So hopefully we'll get a little bit insight on where things are buried. I don't know exactly what Amory's going to cover, but make note of any questions you have. If she doesn't cover it, we'll see what we can do at the end. So take it away.
Okay. I just realized that I should print my notes since I need to screen share. So let me go run and grab my thing off of the printer real
Okay.
quick. You can
Okay.
talk amongst
No
yourselves.
worries. If you have specific questions about what you would like her to cover, if she doesn't, maybe put it in the chat and then we can try to respond to it once she's done with her presentation if she hasn't covered it.
Okay, I'm back.
Alrighty.
Okay, so to begin, I do need to set the stage that this website workshop will just be on the public side. I won't be going into the members login side, which is right now only for presidents and treasurers, I believe, to um, do very specific processes. So there are tech talks available. Um, I've been hearing not the greatest responses about that side of things so far. But I really don't have much information other than they're still working on it to work with them directly. So um, hopefully there's some help soon and they work out the kinks. It seems like it's a very slow process to work out the kinks. And then also it seems like because they're shifting to a members only type of portal, some of the things that were currently accessible through logging in, just being a club member, like Dream It Be It documents, you can't access them anymore at all. So we're going to go over that. What's available, what's not available, and what you have to go directly to them. For the most part, everything is the same, but there's just like little minor things that are changing and you won't really see it until they get the members only side up and running. And I don't know when that is. Okay, so I'm gonna go into screen share so you can see with me. Can everybody see the Optimus website?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, SIA's member portal is in its first phase of major makeover. Only presidents and treasurers can log into, manage club dues, and update the club roster at this time. Like I said, today we won't be reviewing this portion of the website, but instead the public side of the website. Some of these things, however, will transition over to the member side, but that will be after all the kinks are worked out by SIA. So the public site. This is a public site, seroptimus.org. Currently, you can still access the majority of club and member resources here. So we'll begin by visiting the For Clubs and Members tab. So when I say the public side, you have to think of, well, who is accessing this Seroptimus website? It's not just us as members, but it's also potential sponsors, it's people looking for the Live Your Dream application. So there's a lot more viewers than just members. So a lot of these tabs up here aren't necessarily for us. We are kind of just in this section right here that's for clubs and members. So that's mostly what I'm going to be reviewing today, because again, this is how to obtain material, what you need as a president or a committee member to access things. So we're going to stick in this tab right here. So I'm going to go ahead and begin. So as you scroll down, you will see that the setup is kind of the bar is easily missed. Where is that bar at? Oh, right here. See, I already missed it. There's a bar that comes up right underneath for clubs and members, and that's where a lot of your next step is going to be. So this is easily missed because it's so small up here, but this may be one of the most important things on where you need to go to next after you click on for clubs and members. If you scroll down, it actually doesn't have everything that was up here. This is just quick links. So it can actually be very confusing if you come scroll down, see these really big buttons and think like that's all there is. So you want to be very careful and you're going to access it up here. So we'll start with program resources. So we'll click on that button and we'll scroll down and here we go into club program resources. Here there are FAQs on dream programs that's really helpful. Um, but they can better explain our mission too. When you click on the program into the subcategories of the program, your pages will format a little different. So again, the setup is when we scroll down, there are some really big buttons here, but when you click on them, there's actually more. So we'll start with the Live Your Dream. And for example, this is where your format will start to look a little, oops, I'm sorry, one more step. This is where your format starts to look a little different. And what I mean is your menu option is going to be over here on the left. So you can access, by going back, you can access all of these big tabs still from clicking on a link. And they're going to be right here. So on that page prior was the buttons for research and impact, recruiting applicants, reporting awareness. And then this is what I mean by when you come into this actual landing page, there's more to offer that wasn't there before, like this diversity, equality, and inclusion resources. That wasn't in the buttons prior. So that's another kind of confusing part about the website is you don't realize everything available until you deep dive down into it a little more. I'm gonna emit April for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so live your dream. In all of these things that I'm going to review, take it upon yourself to look a little further. What I'm going to explain to you is where you're going to find the really important stuff. So for live your dream, we came into the first tab just because it was the easiest. But if I want to access any of the other ones, they're right here. I'm going to say for the live your dream section, the most important part is the online application. So when you want to share the website, when you're marketing your live your dream, it's all going to be right here for you. So you want to copy this link right here. It's always best to come directly to the Seroptimist website every year because you never know, from last year's material, you just don't want to share the same exact thing because they could have changed it. They could have put it in a different spot. So that link isn't going to work anymore. So even though it may look the same, I just advise for every material you get, you always come directly to the Seroptimus website first because you just don't know, the small little things they've updated. And you don't want to send out a broken link. So this is the application, right, in recruiting that you can copy and paste. The other thing that's important in the Live Your Dream is the media consent forms. So make sure that you're having every winner that you're gonna photograph in some form or fashion that's gonna go on your Instagram and Facebook page. They need to have signed off on the media consent. So that's another important piece. And that is going to be in selecting and honoring recipients. You're gonna find the media consent form. Where is it at? Materials for judging, contact applicants, honor your recipient. I think it's, there he is, media consent form. So anytime you are a committee chair, don't just assume that your materials are going to be in that section. It's very important just to go through every piece before you start implementing your committee. Because some of these things just kind of seem odd on where they're placed. So those are the two things for Live Your Dream. The next we'll go to the Dream It Be It resources. Again, here the important things are the media consent forms, which are going to be in your planning tab. We go back to this format of view where we have the tabs on the left. Each one of these programs has some sort of toolkit. My other advice to you is on the toolkits or any material that's provided by SIA, a lot of it will have the year. And you want to, again, go back to the Seroptimus page first, re-download everything because you could have an old copy. So make sure that you're looking for something as soon as 2025. You can't find 2025 and they have 2024. So the closest to the year we're in, the better. But access everything from the SIA website. So we have parent consent forms in the planning page. The standards for working with youth are also here in the planning page. Volunteer background checks are also here. So this planning part of Dream It Be It is pretty important as far as what documentation we need. The curriculum is something that used to be accessible by logging in as a member. That is one of the things that's not available anymore. They have an overview of the curriculum, but I'm talking about that like 100 and so page document that really details every single module that you can't access through here anymore because they're updating the members only section. So unfortunately, if you want that program material curriculum for Dream It Be It, you actually have to reach out to SIA for it. Okay. Also, we have the Uplift Her program, clubs and grants for education, economic empowerment, which is like big goal accelerator stuff, diversity, equality, and inclusion. This is a neat training video. Take a look at this if you want to share within your club. These are provided by Seroptimist, and it just goes over diversity, equality, and inclusion in our work. So just another little tab that, maybe your club needs to see this, but it's just something that's not there on the original program's resources, but you have to deep dive into it. So that's kind of it for programs. Then we're going to go into Federation. Oh, sorry. Going back to programs and resources. The other thing that's in here that I think is really neat is if you want some infographics. Infographics is basically like a one-page flyer on the research done on the stats for Live Your Dream and Dream It Be It. Those infographics are kind of neat, a neat tool to use if you are trying to get a sponsorship for Dream It Be It or for Live Your Dream. You can show them that infographic that kind of has all the data and research there at their fingertips in one nice, pretty, put together Seroptimus image. So those you're also going to find here in program resources. Um, Reporting pages, those need to be reviewed during the prep as well. Kind of like I already said, your committee chair really needs to look at all the tabs within that section in whole, because even though reporting, you may think you don't need to look at it until the end. Well, case in point, Dream It Be It, the survey is on there. You need to incorporate the survey during the program and capture those results from the kids. So some of the pieces, you just need to see the full picture. So don't think just because planning is only for planning and reporting is only for the end. Make sure that your committee chair is looking at every tab before the actual event to make sure every piece is included where it needs to be. Okay, now we can go into Federation, which is our next tab, a little tiny tab under for clubs and members. Federation has the big goal info. It also has region board job descriptions. I mean, I already tell you, like off the bat, I really don't like these big things. I just click on one to go into what's really going to be there. Really like seeing this thing on the left. This tells me everything I need to go. When I access it through here, it just seems like my options are limited to what I actually need. And like I said, it can get confusing if your options are limited. So I really just go from tab to tab until I see this landing page. And that's just me. That's how I work. It may not be how you work. But it's nice to know that when you go down, this is organized for you so you can go back. So sorry for clicking on all the buttons, but it's actually, for me, it's better that way to click down and then see this tab of where I want to go. So again, we have big goal info in Federation. So if you want to see the progress, we have region board job descriptions, recognition and branding tools, strategic plan, leadership development. What is neat about, there's a hidden tab on leadership. So I think this tab in itself wasn't available in the beginning. So again, you can access it until you get to this page. Is great for presidents and member committees. So here in leadership development, you can find a lot of useful information. General leadership topics. These are awesome for presidents to go over. If you need tips to be a public speaker, because part of being a president is you're having to stand up in front of, all your club members, how to delegate, how to work together. These are really cool leadership topics that you can, take the time to look at. There's stuff on conflict resolution. I've taken a look at that before. Tips on meeting agendas, healthy club atmosphere. So just again, this leadership development isn't accessible in the beginning, but it's a really important tool if you can find it. Uh, let's see. Additional information. This is a fun tab because additional information is actually where you're going to find information on licensing and trademarks of our Seroptimus logos. So, fun thing that I learned when I was getting ready for this presentation is there's actually some of these logos we're not allowed to use to sell. So if you I think you're supposed to apply to use the logo if you want to sell it as like a fundraiser. So that's part of the process if you are doing club sales at the Seroptimus conference, and you have that Seroptimus logo on it. You need to be making sure that you applied to have that actually approved by SIA. But before you do, you can review the policy on it. Um, and the interesting thing here that I found is that our other dream logos, um, like this one, is not available for commercial use. So I think what that means is anything with a Dream It Be It or the Live Your Dream logo, you're actually not supposed to use it as um, a fundraiser. So I just found that out. Oh, shoot. So let me go back. So this is a fun tab to see the additional information. Friendship link I thought was fun too. The friendship link is on Seraptis International. So if your club, like especially our newer clubs, some of our older established clubs already have a friendship link. But if you're a newer club and are interested, you can actually sign up to have a friendship club, meaning that you can have a club in any of the other federations. I don't even know if there's like a limit, like our club has one, but if we wanted to have another one, I think we could. So you can apply to have a friendship link. And I don't think we've really talked about that in a while. So that's a fun tab. Some of these don't work anymore. Anything that you have to log into, it's not going to let you. So you may think that because the tab is there for directory, it actually doesn't work. So that can be kind of frustrating. Awards and recognition, that's a fun tab too. If you want to recognize your members, even some of the Dream It, Be It, and Live Your Dream, the certificate's already there in those tabs for you too. And then we're going to go to for clubs. For clubs is for mostly membership, very much membership related. So there's recruitment tools, retaining tools, awards, club admin. So again, we just click on one of these so I can get to this page. So here you have membership recruitment and retention material. One of my favorite things that you're going to find is the club survey, which is going to be in retention. So there's in any of these tabs for recruitment and retention, there's sample documents and all different kinds of forms. Here's some new member survey. That would be really good to use. And then here's the one for the survey of the whole club. So all kinds of documents there for recruitment and retention. Also, club admin is really useful. This is the club roadmap for success. But you also have a lot of stuff for your board members. So club president guidelines, secretary guidelines, treasurer guidelines. So I know at my district's President's Roundtable we kind of talked about job descriptions. So this may be a starting point if you want to see, or if you want to send your new board, if you want to provide your new board expectations, this might be a good tool to use too for your club officers. There's sample finance budgets, club merger, club email. So if you're having a hard time with your club email, which is, kind of an issue maybe every time we get a new president is how to do the whole Office 365 with our Seroptimus emails. So this is a user guide on how to do that. Insurance information. So there's a lot of stuff in Club Admin. Okay, there's also forms. I don't think you can pay dues anymore.
Mhm.
So that might be a broken button. But forms is another tab. You can share your story, federation, insurance, financial, club members. Then we go into for members. This is, oh, there's me.
Aw.
That always surprises me when it comes up. Um, Again, I'm gonna click on this button, so I'm gonna go to the next one. This is one that's not accessible anymore because you can't update your profile right now. But this is a site for new members. So anytime you get a new member, part of the Seroptimus one-on-one or part of the onboarding, you should tell them about the Seroptimus page, but also tell them you want to go to clubs and members and for members and welcome new members, or just even, copy this link and send it to them. Because this is really where they want to be for new members. There's a video from the President Ginger. You get to know our impact. There's more videos. This is the Seroptimus 101. This is also a document that gets updated almost every year, so make sure you are coming back to get the most recent one, especially if you're putting it in a new member packet. Every year you should be coming back. Also note, SIA, I believe, is on a different fiscal year than us, and I want to say their fiscal year, does it start like September 1? So is that right, Judy?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So what that means is even though we start July 1, SIA doesn't. So some of their material isn't going to be updated July 1. It's actually going to be updated around September, October. So when you have a new president, this note from the president is not going to be new until their new president makes a video, which is going to be after September. So September is a good time to come back and check if any of these documents have been updated. Okay. Then also we have what's new. And what's new actually takes you to a blog. Um, this is a really cool page. It's very up to date. Kind of like everything that's posted, actually more than what's posted on Facebook and Instagram, it's all here. It's a very active page. You can see they post pretty frequently and regularly. You can kind of send your marketing, your public awareness person here if you want to like share material on your Facebook page about international level Seroptimus, what they're doing. It has really good imagery. This is, I think, also what's in the best for women. It's the blog, so it actually isn't like what's new. It just directs you to the blog, but it's a really neat page. It has up-to-date information here on what's going on with SIA. So we go back to go, and I want to say this is like the old Seroptimus because it doesn't look like the new one. So you have to go back to move forward. So we're going to skip over what's new because it just took you to the blog. The other tabs are the donate and fundraise. So if you want to sign up for monthly giving, honor, and memorial gifts and planned giving, that's kind of like your lower society stuff. Um, Next is the shop. Optimus Thor. Let's see what they got.
Got a couple new things.
Okay. Also in that licensing, there are some certain things that you cannot do, like you can't do jewelry. So when it comes to the pins, you can't go and design your own. You have to purchase from Ceroptimist on the jewelry pieces. And then the last tab that I'm going to go over is the Tech Talks. And that is, here we go. This is their landing page right now. SIA member portal is in its first phase of a major makeover. So it's, limited access and you can't do much on it. But if you want to watch a video on how to do it, you can. But it's best just to reach out to them directly. And that's it. The other thing that I missed and I've been having a hard time finding lately is the logos for Sir Optimus. It used to be very easy to find before they kind of opened up the portal, and I don't know why it's been moved. But for me, lately, it's been hard to find.
Yeah.
So,
Amory, I was trying to find the Live Your Dream logo to copy and paste it. I can't tell you how long I spent. I
yeah.
Yeah, I
finally,
was
I
online.
finally, I Googled it and I copied it from some other club or something. Couldn't
I
find it.
will I want to say I was working on marketing today and I was looking for quite some time to find some logos that were, SIA approved, and that was
Right.
really hard. I was going up to
Yeah.
the little search bar at the top searching logos, and it was like every single article would just pop up because it would pick up on the logo name in like, yeah, in like the advanced computeristics, it was picking up on the logo in the name of the picture in the article. So it was really
Right.
hard for me to find stuff.
Yeah, their search bar has changed too, I want to say, in the last year. So when you come and access their search, a lot of the things that come up that I'm finding, because it's not just like logos I look, but I just look at random things. A lot of the search, the first thing that comes up are in a different language. Like it auto-populates to Japanese first, and I don't know why. So there's still a lot of kinks. What I did is luckily when it was a little more organized a couple years back, there was a central location for all the logos. So at that time, I saved them all. And they haven't updated since. The only change has been to the Sriracha's logo and the tagline. So as long as that doesn't change, I'm good. So that's one of the things that if you don't have it you can just kind of Google it because that's the best you can do because it's really super hard to find it here. I haven't even found it yet, and I
I
looked
have
in like
I
four
have the
places.
brand visual guide. I just got it up. I
That's
will
where
put
it
it in
Okay,
is.
the side
Yeah.
chat. So yeah, if right
and
there,
that's
brand
this.
visual guide, if you press
Yep.
access resources, that's where it all is.
And it looks like it's in Federation info, recognition and branding. And here we have our brand visual guide. So if we open it up together, access resources. There we go. It's a whole package you download now. Okay. What it used to be was a central location for all the logos. So now it looks like you have to go and download the package for each one, which there's, a benefit to that. Yeah, these are more for, yeah, these are super helpful. This is actually more descriptive. So when you're working with like a print company or design company, it helps them if they know the actual call outs for these colors because it's super important for branding specifically that we use the exact same blue throughout the whole organization. So it looks like that's what they're switching to is more of like a branding, marketing type packet rather than just providing a logo. So again, you're going to go to for clubs only, the little tabs underneath, Federation info, recognition and branding, and it's this branding guide.
And I threw the link in the chat if anybody wants to save it too.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Of course. I was using it today, so I figured might as well go to my history and pull it up.
Nice, nice. So that's kind of it that I have for the Serapis website. I hopefully explained some of the important things of where you can find them. It's frustrating that not all of it is available or fixed yet, but we're we just have to work with what we have. And if there is something that you can't find, I'm sure if you reach out to SIA, they can help you too. The other thing that I wanted to bring up in the workshop today is our region is working on creating a new website for us. And our goal is to make it more of a resource for members too. So a lot of these things that we're seeing that you have a hard time accessing, we want to kind of make it easier on our region website. Go here for the logos. That way you don't have to go through all of this. Or go here for the Serapimus 101. My idea though is they'll still go directly through the hyperlink that SIA has, but at least you're like, 2 or 3 steps less by using our region website. So our region website is getting a redesign. Some of the things that we're also working on as far as it being a resource for our members is we are looking at shifting the online registration of our events. Right now we have to we use what's
Club
it called?
Express.
What's it called?
Club Express.
Club Express. So Club Express is what the region uses to register for our conference. We're going to be looking into ways to where you can register online, but you can also pay online. Other things too, programs we're looking into that are compatible are some type of like newsletter that comes out from the region frequently, or hopefully with that program also comes texting notifications so that like an event like today, a workshop, we can just do a blanket text reminder to all of our club members in our region that has like reminder there's a leadership today with the Zoom link so that you remember it's there at your fingertips. And it's really important for our members to have these workshops. So we're looking at what ways to improve the website as well. Judy, do you know if a survey went out or is going out about our website?
No, we haven't really talked about doing a survey, but it's a good idea. So
I only bring that up because for SIA's website, what they did is we had a big workshop on
yes.
it at the convention in Washington. So members from our federation were invited to collectively work together to figure out, well, how do us as members want our SIA website to look like for the public? We hope too to have both a public side and a membership side too. Again, for those, private things like online registration and payment of stuff. So yeah, we'll see if we need one. There's a little committee. It's head by our public awareness chair, Chris, who knows a lot about websites. So she's awesome to be spearheading this redesign of our website. And we kind of have discussed what we want. I'm just pretty vocal because our club went through a redesign. And we actually made it too, where it has a members only section. That way it's a resource for our club members. So we have our directory on there. We have leadership tools on there. We have our budget and our bylaws, our directory. But also we've added some things. So like if you need to submit a receipt for reimbursement, it's all through our website now. We actually added to where you can do an online registration for our Dream It Be It program. And that increased our attendance a lot. Instead of having to do a paper application, it's all online with parent consent forms. So that probably increased like 25% of the girls' attendance, having like an online, user-friendly way to sign up for an event. So yeah, I know a lot about the needs. Chris knows a lot about website. We have Judy on the committee, so we should be rolling out to show you here soon. Phase one is really just going to be that public side of things, and then the additional phases like the online registration will hopefully come before the next purpose would be our district meetings. That would be really nice to do, payment and sign up for even district meetings, which is in the fall. So I'm excited for that. So that is all I have. If you have questions, hopefully I can try and answer them for you. So let me get out of the stop share. And does anybody have questions for me? Tammy, I see your hand up first.
Two questions for you. First of all, how do you know if your club has a friendship link or, yeah, friendship link?
Ooh, good question. You know,
That's a
I
good
would,
question.
Okay.
I would think that they would be in some kind of conversation with you. So what you can do is maybe go through your president, go through your club email to see if you've ever received anything.
She's
But
shaking her head no.
but just reach out to SIA and ask because
Okay.
you have to apply to have one. So I'm sure they'd have on record that you have a friendship link or not.
Okay. Question number two. What platform or web service hosting do your club use that you got all those member site and online forms?
So we actually use, we decided to go with a local company and they created the website for us. And I want to say they use WordPress.
Yep.
They put in a bid for the region's website and won the bid, correct, Judy?
Correct.
Okay, so the same the same company that did ours is also doing the regions. They really great group of guys, and we just kind of work together. Like, hey, I had this idea. This is what I want to do. Can you make it happen? And they did. We worked out the kinks together. It was a lot of trial and error. And so it was probably over about a month we got it going. And
Okay.
so what they do is when the registration closes, it just goes dormant. They hide it. You can't access that link anymore. And then we're ready to open it. They just make it live again.
Okay, but you're using WordPress. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay. Okay.
I was just going to say, like some of you, if I am looking around the SIA website and can't find something, I usually can Google it and find it. I just know when I Google, I'm looking for the, returns that are going to take me to the website, not somebody else's, some other club or something. But I can usually land on something by doing that if I'm not able to find it in the site.
You're saying just do like a search in Google instead of the search inside of Optimus website?
Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't realize they had updated their search feature because their search feature used to just take you to Google. So it was searching the whole web, not just their site. So if it's searching their site, then yeah, that's a good option too. I didn't realize that had been updated.
Okay. And that's all I have for you guys.
No other questions?
Thank you, Armory.
Yes, thank you.
You're
you,
Thank
Emery.
you.
welcome. You're
Thank you, thank you,
welcome.
thank you.
All right,
I look forward
everyone.
to seeing everyone again and seeing you at conference.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll get to see a new website too.
We are definitely going to preview the website at conference, if not before, but we'll definitely have it ready then. At least, at least the beginnings of it. So
All right, ladies, thank you for taking your
Night.
time. Have a
thank you,
good night.
everyone.